When you think of spring, what comes to mind? What does spring look like where you live? In the far reaches of northwestern Washington state, this magnificent ecosystem is welcoming the spring. Diablo Lake is nestled into the North Cascades, the ancestral homelands of the Upper Skagit, the Nlaka'pamux, the Sauk-Suiattle, and the Swinomish peoples. It is an area of immense cultural and ecological significance, managed in part by the North Cascades National Park and the present location of the North Cascades Environmental Learning Center, a component of Seattle City Light's Skagit hydroelectric project. The upper reaches of the Skagit Valley are slowly waking up. Winter snow has long since receded with the warmer temperatures. Curly new sword fern fiddleheads emerge timidly from the wet earth. Eye-catching songbirds bring their bright breeding plumage and diverse songs. This western tanager is a familiar jewel of our forests. The creeks and waterfalls are swollen with runoff from snowmelt and spring rains. Here is a flowering vine maple. Its neighbors like the Douglas fir, red huckleberry, and various lichens provide sustenance for many forest creatures. These two deer are both black-tailed deer. However, the lighter one has leucism, a recessive genetic trait that causes the nearly white coloration and slight stature. There is a small handful of such deer in the environs of Diablo, descendants of leucistic deer introduced almost a century ago. This red flowering currant is one of spring's most vibrant celebrities. It is known far and wide for its ornamental quality. It acts as a beacon for our tiniest bird, the rufous hummingbird. This creature weighs 2 to 4 grams when fully grown. That's between the weight of a penny and a nickel. As spring rolls on, the fungi too are awakening, as seen here in this amanita mushroom, just barely bulging out of the soil. Many deciduous trees such as maples, alders, and these Pacific dogwood grow to form a green curtain, and the forest becomes rich with foliage, blossoms, and their aromas. Our sense of spring is composed of these appearances and occurrences. Each familiar transition comprises the feeling and phenomena of seasonality. When we observe and record this process, we engage in phenology, the study of specific individuals, cycles, and phenomena in a given ecosystem over time. It also allows us to assemble a story about a place. Who lives there, what happens, and when. For example, during spring in the Cascades, we anticipate the return of the yellow flowers of the Oregon grape. And of course, the quintessential black bear, this shambling icon's diet is nearly 90% vegetative matter. You can find them digging up young greenery, insect larvae, and other morsels that are tender and nutritious this time of year. Kinnickinnick, with its delicate hanging flowers, calls out to its pollinators, such as this bumblebee. And here we have a Townsend's warbler, returning to eat seeds and other small insects as they become more abundant. These associations we have with seasonality help us understand the personality of a given ecosystem. In this way, an ecosystem becomes endearing and splendid. Like a good friend, our ecosystems deserve our attention, admiration, and care. Thank you for watching this video on springtime at Diablo Lake, brought to you by North Cascades Institute and Seattle City Light. Stay tuned for part 2, where we'll hear from Scott Schuyler of the Upper Skagit Indian Tribe.